Hello, everybody. I hope that you've been having a lovely December. I have been working on Christmassy journals and Christmas crafts and opening up a daily gift from the 1924 Linens and More Advent vintage goodies. So I've been compiling the videos for multiple days so that I don't have to do one tiny video a day and try to fill time if there's not time to fill. We are on day 7. And as usual, I will do my best to care for the packaging because we have more delightful tissue paper. I mean, that is just going to be so fun to use. And today we have some really lovely fabric. This little Merry Christmas patch is going to be perfect in one of my journals. I think it might even fit. I'm not sure I'm going to use it in there. Maybe in the slightly larger journal. My journals are all in these tins, except for a very big one that doesn't have a corresponding tin. We've got this lovely red, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's translucent. It's very stiff fabric. It's definitely like home deck, but this would look lovely in like a little cluster. And then this paisley, nice and soft. And then this lacy piece here is really fun. And then, oh, soft. Oh, this is definitely vintage. There's a little like sort of moth-eaten bit right there and there. Vintage like flannel. It's really nice. And then this one here, a little less Christmassy for me, but perfect for other journals. And this, another one that seems like a sort of a home deck. I really love these little fabrics, and that's the main reason that I got the little box. I've ordered little lacy bits from the store previously, and I know what kind of lovely fabrics and linens and stuff she tends to carry, so I figured there would be some wonderful little bits like this, and I am not disappointed. Day 7 is definitely a win for me. I will be back again tomorrow with day 8 and any other updates on Christmas crafting from there. Good morning. It's day 8 of our Advent box of goodies. So I'm about to open that up. I'm very excited. I also want to show you this little ledger that I got at a flea market a little while ago. It was probably about a month or so ago. And I got it with a batch of other ledgers or other books of old paper, but I didn't look that closely at them at the time, kind of set them aside and thought, you know, I'd get back to them, and then didn't, which happens a lot. And I had wanted to scan these before I did anything else with them because they're old enough and they're handwritten and original in a way where I can, of course, make some digital kits for you all, or simply just reuse images of the pages for myself. And I went ahead and did that as soon as I discovered these. And this one's particularly special to me because I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it intact and use it as a journal. So as I started to scan this and just play around with it and investigate it, I realized that these pages are honestly a pretty nice weight. Like, we're not talking watercolor paper, obviously, but they can hold a small amount of media, I think. And I really want to work directly on them. And we've got this cover. It's like a linen pasted onto some cardstock. And there's some real possibilities here, to play around. So I intend to use this as an art journal. I'll be honest, this is absolutely one of those situations where I'll be nervous when I first start making marks on it, and doing anything to it, because I won't want to mess it up. But I've been getting a lot better about using the things I have and not worrying about making mistakes, especially because mistakes often lead to really cool discoveries, and really great art. And I've been learning to love messy art and getting to the point where it's often my favorite way to work and some of my favorite work to appreciate. So I will have a day where I'm just feeling it and perfectly willing to, you know, hit this with some paint or spray or, you know, add some ephemera to it, and begin the process of altering this. But I'm very excited about it. If that's something that you want to follow along with, please let me know. I don't know that I will film myself when I'm working in it, at least not at the beginning, because that adds a different layer of pressure in terms of feeling like it's got to be good, or I need to be able to explain what I'm doing or why. But I would be happy to sort of take you through it as I work on it, and show you what I've done. And as I get more comfortable working with it, might be able to let loose and record. So let me know what you think about that. And on to the day 8 package. First of all, I love this music paper. And I don't think I'm going to be able to very comfortably use this, or pull this up. Certainly not without ripping the paper underneath, which at that point, what was the point of pulling it versus just slicing it open? So there we go. Oh, and I love that little wobbly edge I made, honestly. So I'm not mad at that. Just like the ledger I showed you a second ago, I love the writing on this. I love anytime I find marks on old paper. And these little trims are fabulous. So we have this red one that'd be great in the Christmas journal. Obviously, there's a lot of red and green for that reason, I assume. They're just so pretty. I'm going to pull all the colored ones out first, just because. This is really unusual. I've not seen anything quite like it. I really like it. It's braided, and it's got these little loops, and that's so cool. Oh, we're on a piece of green. Velvet. Oh, that feels so nice. Oh, it's so pretty. And then this little trim here, and this very much looks handmade. And I, as someone who is finally able to start knitting again, I've had a lot of hand pain. I couldn't do it for a long time. Anytime I see anything handmade with fiber, I just get super excited. I love, this is so dainty. It just fills me with joy. And then, they're all wonderful. Ooh, I didn't expect this to be one wide piece. I thought I was about to encounter like 2 or 3 small pieces. And then this here. So that's wonderful. I'm really excited about day 8. I could ooh and ah over it for a long time, but I'll stop here. We've gone through everything. I've got this tiny little bit of fiber I'm going to put in my little jar of fiber bits for clusters and stuff. And Today is exciting too because I think I'm going to stop by one of my favorite new flea markets to visit. I have to drop my car off for some inspection for repairs, and the flea market is very close to where I need to drop that car off, so I'm hoping that the car won't take too long and I can stop by the flea market on my way back. If so, if I find anything really cool, I will share it on day 9, and I will see you then. It's day 9 of our Advent box of vintage goodies, and I'm excited. I know, it's tissue paper, but when I got the box, stuff had sort of moved around and I couldn't easily find some of the beginning days. So I actually went through and reorganized it and put things in order. And this tissue paper had been in the box and was separating the first 8 days from the 9, or from the ones 9 up. Oh, that's loud, so let's just put it over here and not straighten it on camera. Anyway, as you know, I love packaging, including this. Big fan of all of these similar but not quite the same tissue papers that are wrapping these little bundles. So that's awesome. Ooh. Okay. This is delightful. This is delightful. Oh my gosh. It's got like embossed, the gold is embossed. It's just so sweet. I don't know if it's vintage or if it just looks vintage. But this is very nice. I like it a lot. This little bit of fabric is great. This makes my heart sing. I'm not someone who does like a bunch of miniatures, but if somebody was making a little doll's house or something, this just make a great little rug. But they can't have it, it's mine. I love just all of these little fabrics. This one's so chunky. It looks, yeah, I wonder, so it's like, oh, okay. So it's 2 pieces, but then anywhere that there's this like embroidery, it's combining them together. So that makes sense. And then, hey, more delightful tissue. And this little like upholstery fabric. Ooh, and the texture on this one's really cool. I do love anything with a nice textural contrast. So those are wonderful. I will be playing with them. Yes, Sassy, thank you for joining. Okay, that's nice to see you. And then in case you're interested, I just got my Stop the Blur kit from Heidi Swap. This was November's, which arrived in December just today. This is actually my last monthly kit from Heidi Swap. I actually had a few more left in my subscription, but they're changing up the subscription model a little bit to quarterly, and I didn't want to do that. And partly because I love Heidi Swap stuff, but I started the subscription when I was still pretty new to journaling, and I thought I was going to use this kind of stuff a lot more, and it turns out that I really do more of the vintage, the digitals, the DIY, but this is all really great stuff. So if you've ever been curious about Heidi Swap, her like subscription kits, or just some of the stuff available in the store, this is what it's like. So, oh, they're little like is that a closure? Or, oh no, it's just a little, it's basically like a little journaling card with a little bow on top. That's really cute. And then a little menu planning cards. These would be good when I work on my recipe journals. I've got some recipe boxes and a binder that I am planning to turn into journals. Ooh, holiday specials, daily specials. These are really cute. So yeah, those will be perfect when I do my little recipes. I'm not planning to turn it into like a recipe book, although I suspect people could use it that way if they wanted to. I just want to make a journal in a different way. These little cards are very sweet. Music. So yeah, her stuff is always super high quality. If you're interested on how you can use it in ways that are sort of grungy or manipulate them, I cannot recommend Crafty by Tony's YouTube channel highly enough. She loves Heidi Swapp stuff, and she is really great at finding ways to use it and manipulate it so that it works in her journals, which tend to be very grungy, very Tim Holtz-y in a lot of ways. And that's not what this looks like upon first glance, but she does some awesome stuff with it. So I was really excited about these little trees. They're adorable. I also have a couple now of Heidi Swapp's stamp ink pads, and those are really nice. So if that's something you're interested in, I would say I don't think they stamp quite as crisply as my VersaFine, but it is kind of hard to tell because I got the two light colors with the goal of using them as ink pads for background stamping. So I just really love these trees. And then there's these little dies. She always sends a die cut in the monthly kit. I assume she'll continue to include those in the quarterly. And then we have these little sticker books, which are great. She always sends the out alphabet stickers every month. So you get those in a variety of colors. And then they always come in these wonderful bags, which are great for organizing things. And this washi tape is really good. So anyway, that is my final monthly Heidi Swapp kit. And I'll be back again soon with day 10. Happy day 10. It's day 10 of the vintage box Advent goodies. Advent box vintage goodies. I don't know anymore. Anyway, let's see what's in here. I'm very curious. I really don't have any clue. Oh, a little candle. Is this a vintage matchbox? And a little sticker. Oh, I love that little sticker. It is. Oh, look. They're so tiny. Oh, this is just darling. Okay. Made in Italy. Never used. It's beautiful. It's adorable. I love it. Oh, I love it. Okay. And yeah, it looks like, oh, he is just so cute. And a little candle. I don't do candles a whole lot. Mostly because I buy them and then I always forget to use them. But I love that little candle, and I love this little dude. Actually, I'm just going to put him there. I've got so many boxes of so many different things right now. Oh, I can show you some of the clusters I've been making, though. So I've been going through I've mentioned previously, I'm doing, I bought both of Tracy Fox's festive dispatch kits this year. And I've been following all of the videos from the different collaborators in the December Daily Advent, both the ephemera and the cluster challenges, and they've been really fun to watch. And so I've been, right now, I need to actually spend some more time in the journals themselves, but I've been working on just getting the ephemera ready, building out little clusters, and having some stuff ready to go. I did sewing on a bunch of them last night. I do love this little guy. This is like so simple, but I just think it's super effective. This is with some of the Heidi Swap ephemera that I got. This is the chain from a serger. So if you sew and you use a serger, and I do make garments from time to time, so I use a serger to finish off the seams. You make these little chains. There's always little extra bits cut off, and I like the way that they look. I think they're nice and decorative, and I like the texture, so I use that there. Made this little tag. Another simple but very effective for me, for what I like. Some of these I backed with tissue paper from the Advent box. I'll say everything I've been doing Christmas related this year has almost exclusively, not obviously not, you know, like my coffee dyed papers and stuff, but almost exclusively come either from the Tracy Fox kits, both the freebies and the paid for December Advent or festive dispatch. I also bought one of Cara Brandon's Christmas kits, Heidi Swap, and the 1924 Linens and More Advent box. So I've been incorporating a lot of, like, you can see some of this is, you know, fabric that was in one of the boxes, stuff like that. So I'm really already having a lot of fun making use of those things. This again is the Heidi Swap. Didn't do much of anything to it except ink it. This is actually one of my favorite clusters too. That little guy. And I'm also using these teeny tiny little mini, I think they're for like resin, candle making kinds of decor. But I liked them and I picked them up, and so I've been using them as teeny tiny little accents. Just so fun. So I've got quite a lot of these put together, and then just this morning while I was watching some videos, I cut out a bunch more because the second batch of the cluster freebies from Tracy Fox just landed, and I decided to use some freebies from Art House Whimsy. These are for fall, these skeleton leaves, but I like them and I think they fit really nicely with the aesthetic, so I'm going to cut some of these out too. So yeah, a lot of fun making a lot of stuff with just a couple little kits and bits. And that's where we are. I will be back again tomorrow with day 11. I can't believe we're almost halfway through the Advent box. I am not ready to say goodbye to it. But I'll see you then. Hello, hello, hello. Day 11. The desk is full. For the record, I got these little wooden tags either at the dollar store or at Hobby Lobby, and I try to mostly avoid Hobby Lobby, but sometimes they're the only place near me that has what I need. So I've been playing around with them. They're really cute. They take paper application really nicely, so I was playing around with making a paper covered tag, at least on the one side, just sort of trying to figure out what I want to do with them. There we go. Take my awl and put it through and poke my hole. But yeah, they're going to be a lot of fun to embellish and tinker with. So that's what that is. This is some tea. Actually, this is the tea from my vintage Advent goodie box. She sent some holiday tea in one of the first little packages, and I have been drinking a fair amount of tea, but this is like spiced, like cloves and cinnamons and stuff, which is just not my preferred favorite. But the wonderful thing about getting tea, if you tend to make journals and other types of mixed media and stuff, is that you can then use it to tea stain or tea dye things. So some of it's here in this tiny little bottle and the rest is in my fridge, so I can just like splash it on stuff. More of this wonderful tissue in yet another color. I'm really excited about today's bundle. Just picking it up, I could tell that it, you know, it has a nice weight and it feels like it's full of the kind of stuff I really enjoy, and I can already see enough to know I was right. So more tiny little squares, which we already have established I love. There's a little piece of paper, and it's another bundle that I need to pull apart, and it has this like little piece of paper in it that's not present elsewhere, but these are lovely. So these have made my day already. More Christmassy fabric in terms of an image. I have another one. I think I'm gonna be working those into my larger journal. I was gonna show it to you if you heard my voice turn away, but it is not as easy to get to as I was thinking. This lovely little sort of stained square makes my day. Is this supposed to be a coaster? I think this is a coaster. It's got a cork back to it, a nice weight. Could easily be incorporated into a journal if you wanted it to, or used as some sort of, you know, ornament and added into some sort of Christmas craft in general. Lots of possibilities there. This is awesome. Little handwritten postcard from December, so loosely Christmas affiliated. 1885 score. I'll probably scan that before I use it for anything. I like the ability to scan and then print original vintage papers like that, because then I can use them multiple times or test things, try things. Oh, excuse me, apparently I'm getting the yawns again. Super. Sorry about that. I swear I am excited. I'm awake. I'm here. I have low energy issues. Anyhow, this linen is lovely. I like the texture and the weight quite a bit. There's a few linens in here that are really nice. The edge on this is super pretty. This is nice and soft and dainty. Oh, it's in great condition. This one's more like the first. I think it's like a tea towel. It's lovely. And then more just scrap fabric, and I absolutely love this. Very excited to use it in the journal. It'll be lovely as parts of clusters and other things where I can, you know, bring that texture in. So this was a fantastic little bundle. Really excited about it. Really successful. So happy. Onward to day 12, which will be the halfway point, sadly, of our little Advent goodies journey. It's funny, I almost forgot to do this today. I probably would have remembered by nighttime, but the day started out so differently than usual that it's thrown me completely off. And all of a sudden, I remembered it's day 12. of our little Advent box vintage goodies. And, well, that wasn't very successful, but at least this is more of your garden variety tissue paper. Still fabulous. Ooh. Okay, I want to unwrap this properly, but we'll see. Taking off the knot. Taking off the knot. Okay, so, oh, I see the trim now. It's kind of going all over the place, but I see it now. It's lovely. I'm actually really excited by that green trim. And some more of the little fabric with the vintage Christmas scenes. And this tiny little, almost looks like a towel piece. Oh, the bumpies. So much bumpies. This is very nice. Okay. And then this, I'll say these greens are not my Christmas greens, but that's okay. They will work in other journals. I really like this. And that will be perfect for a Christmas journal. This is an interesting fabric. Very shiny. This looks like it was once a tea towel maybe. I really like the colors on it. I think it is supposed to be Christmas. I was about to say it's not very Christmassy, but I think that's meant to be the bottom of like some sort of centerpiece maybe. Oh, Santa napkin. This holly, yeah, pink holly. That looks like a Christmas hydrangea. Ooh, this like netting kind of situation is cool. Little angel. I really like this poinsettia. There's a lot of stuff in this one. Looks like that was once maybe a napkin. And this is a Christmassy green for me. More of the kind of green I typically go for. Yeah, I may end up doing a pink Christmassy something or other at some point, because I've got a fair amount of pink Christmassy stuff at this point, from other, from this one especially, but also from some of the other days in the box. But these are all lovely. I mean, I've been doing so many clusters and stuff. They're great for clusters. I love all of the bits. Can't wait to play with these. That's it for day 12. We are halfway through. It makes me very sad. I do not want it to be over. But I hope you've been enjoying the surprises from day to day as much as I have. And if not, watch a different video. This is probably where I will cut and produce the set. So I should mean that the next video will kick off with day 13. Thanks for joining me.